Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, what will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, for yours is the kingdom and the glory forever. I speak in a time 1500 years after the birth of our Lord. It is a time of heaven on earth. I speak as a woman, not as a man. For man is best talked of by men, and that they do so is amply proved. They talk of change, but there is no change. Everything remains the same. Everything is equal. Nature, O child of God, mother of creation, bond of the universe, bright gem of those on earth, mirror for mortals, light bearer for the world, peace, love, virtue, guide, power, order, law, end, way, leader, source, life, light, splendor, beauty, form, rule of the world.
Way, leader, source, life, light, splendor, beauty, form, rule of the world, nature.
Don't ask me about art. I'm a man of God, not of the muses. Paintings and drawings interest me little. I do have eyes and I do enjoy to look at things pleasant, yet I find music more to my liking. Years ago, in my youth, I was given a small lute, and once in a while I managed to plug out a tune that is pleasing to the ear, peasant tunes from my long-forgotten childhood. Now I have found myself in a difficult position of mediating a conflict of my own doing. I had suggested to the prior of my church to take in an artist, Leonardo, and that he paint an altarpiece. He has not done so, and now I stand between the two men. Let me not be misunderstood. Leonardo's work is revered throughout the land. His taste is impeccable, his hand steady, his eyes sharp, his heart is good and gentle. It is his mind which causes us problems.
I must admit that I am disappointed in my fellow artists. For an artist to see nature's work, one must see the structure of his hand in all that is on earth. The other artists paint the saints and the angels, and yet they do not see them from the smallest bug to the giant creatures of Africa. His work is everywhere.
We have asked him what should be for his talented hands a simple matter, to paint an altarpiece.
Why would a person want to know so much? Why does an artist ask me so much about herbs? He seems to be in good health, and he wants to know everything about my child, when it cries, how it acts, how much milk it needs. He's an intelligent man, yet he will never be satisfied with all he knows.
Do not get me wrong, I am a man of my time. History may record me as better born either before or after the era in which I now live. But this is not correct, no matter how much I protest the petty doings of my fellow artists. I am with them, and they are with me.
And 40 years had passed since the last plague, and those that fled to the city died, and even those with the means to flee from the city died. But the year is 1500, and not but 40 years ago when the peasants tried to own this land, but we failed. And not but 100 years ago the peasants would try to own this land, but we failed in part. The same God that gives us the plague gives us the land. and the plague gave us this time. For the old had all died, and there was space and ideas for the new person. The plant grows, it grows and it dies. In it we see ourselves, and in its seeds it leaves itself to grow again, and in that we see God. And now they talk of another war, and this excites the people as sunlight on a plant. Leonardo marks the lines I see in his hand, but he doesn't know that he will soon be at war. Everything is equal.
If you look at the sun and then shut your eyes, you will see it again inside your eye for a long time. This is evidence that images enter into the eye.
It is not that I'm unfamiliar with artists. I count the young Buonarroti as one of my friends. He has a wonderful humor and tells jokes about which the truth I cannot confirm nor deny. He told me that Leonardo told him.
I find the sex organ so repugnant, I will never take man nor woman to bed with me. If it were not for the beauty of the face, humankind would never survive. An artist must be a scientist. Without science, he has no theory, and without theory, an artist cannot practice his craft to the utmost. The mind of the painter must resemble a mirror, which always takes the color of the object it reflects, and is completely occupied by the images of as many objects as are in front of it. Therefore you must know, O painter, that you cannot be a good one if you are not the universal master of representing by your art every kind of form produced by nature. So we can say that if poetry deals with moral philosophy, painting deals with natural philosophy.
There still is no painting.
Leonardo seems to live from day to day,
He has made a drawing depicting a Christ child.
but he has done nothing else.
He works hard in geometry.
But he is impatient with the brush. His mathematical experiments have so distracted him from painting, he may never do so again.
See to it, O painter, that when you go into the fields, you give your attention to the various objects, looking carefully in turn, first at one object and then the other, making a bundle of those of value. Just as a stone flung into the water becomes the center and cause of many circles, and as sound diffuses itself in the air, so any object placed in the luminous atmosphere diffuses itself in circles and fills the surrounding air with infinite images of itself. The image of every point of the bodily surface exists in every part of the atmosphere. The image exists as a whole and in every part, in each part and in the whole interchangeable in every existing body, as is seen in two mirrors placed opposite each other.
About your friend the painter, do you not want to know? The eyes taking the images are the substances that are the images. An image and the thing on which it is an image are not separate, they are not two substances. This poor monk, he talks so seriously, so everything in his eyes are serious. Why is this? An image is a simple, formal, a pouring forth of the whole of an essence, pure and naked. Images emanate from the depths, in silence, excluding everything exterior. This image has a kind of life. A thing's image grows out of itself and grows upon itself.
At last, this silly monk has brought me something pleasant.
From the court of Americus Vespucci.
A military man and explorer who I knew from Florence years ago. Is it not the Indies?
It is not the Indies, but a whole other continent, the size of which we cannot imagine. We sailed for 64 days, and then we arrived at the new land, which we found to be inhabited by people who live entirely according to nature. They mate with whom they desire and without much ceremony. The women may end the marriage upon their will. There is no administration of justice, which is unnecessary to them, because in their code no one rules. They hold no private property and do not know of the lust for possession or of the desire to rule, which appear to me to be the causes of war.
It vexes me greatly that having to earn my living has forced me to interrupt the work and to attend to small matters, instead of following up the work which your lordship entrusted to me. And if your lordship thought that I had money, your lordship was deceived, because I had to feed 6 men for 36 months and have had only 50 ducats. All that I draw, all that I write, all that I sculpt, is it enough in God's eyes?
Greece stole from Egypt. Rome borrowed from Greece. We have inherited from Rome. History is a cart on the road. Only in the mud do the wheels leave their mark. Each second that passes is a reminder of all that has come before. The universe is ordered like a zither, in which there is a consonance of different kinds of things, like chords. The beauty of the world lies in things being in their own element, such as stars in the sky, birds in the air, fish in water, man on earth. I admire Leonardo Da Vinci. He makes things old, new. I try to play the lute, and only things from the past come from it. At times, I want to hear only one note and take comfort in the silence that follows. Silence, thousands of years old and borrowed from the Lord. Is there anything new to be said that are not but quotes from the past? As it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end.
Lord, I need to talk to you about many things which bother me. Why have you chosen such a hard road for humankind? Why have you asked us to know everything that exists in your garden? The great forest someday will be deprived of their trees, and men will allow death, affliction, and terror to every living thing. As you have recommended, I have stopped eating flesh, for someday men will look upon killing animals the same as they now look upon murdering their fellow men. I have left the church without finishing the altarpiece.
And I have been invited by the prior to find another vocation.
Different war. But this was it. Instead of a few brave knights who would fight in the morning and the generals would decide on the monies to be divided in the evening, this war was fought by the peasants. Leonardo indeed was enlisted in the designing of machines of destruction, but few will die from them, for they will hardly work. Everything is equal.
Having now sufficiently studied the specimens of all those who consider themselves master craftsmen of instruments of war, I shall now reveal to your lordship my secrets. One
Every creature of this earth is like a picture or a book. It is a mirror of ourselves. It is a faithful mark of our life and of our death, of our state and of our fate.
When besieging a place, I had methods for destroying a fortress, even if it were built on rock. 2.
The rose is a picture, a fitting image of our state, a lesson of our life.
I will make big guns, mortars, lightweight of fine and useful forms that are out of the ordinary. 3. In time of peace, I can execute a sculpture in marble, bronze, or clay, and also in painting I do the best that can be done. I am more than ready to test these experiments in whatever place may please your Excellency, to whom I commend myself with the utmost humility. Your servant, Leonardo Da Vinci. O Leonardo, why do you labor so? No word shall tire me. He who thinks little errs much. A man of genius does the most when he does the least.